a Pete Primeau fan.
Thank you for having me.
Your fans are like...
What an honor to be here, Pete. You're a legend. You're a rock star.
I'm a legend in my own mind, said my wife.
If I can do it, anybody can do it.
I'm Mr. Selling from the Heart. What's this guy, Larry Levine, going to teach me about selling from the heart?
You are one of the most generous and authentic people around, and I think that's why you and your show are so attractive to people.
Welcome to the Pete Primeau Show. Welcome to the Pete Primeau Show. It is episode 200, and it is a complete surprise to me what's going on. And the new introduction by my producer, Chris Stone, and my friend. Thank you, Chris. That was awesome. If you guys have not bought this book yet, go to Amazon and buy this book. Sell 101 tips for furniture and mattress store owners to sell another $1 million or more this year. If you find something in the book that you want to implement and you don't know how, call me at 419-560-3169 and I will help you implement it 100% free of charge. Thank you, Tara. Happy 200th to you also. Anyway, let's pay the bills. Continue to pay the bills. Love to say thank you to Greg and Steve for supporting our show. The Mattress Industry Network Group has been a great sponsor for years and years. The Mattress Industry Network Group, in case you don't know, helps people build, market, and sell. And it is a great group. Hit that QR code. Here's the deal. It's a group that started for retailers, by retailers, and it's actually, I shouldn't say that. It's actually for everybody in the industry, but it was founded by store owners. And that's what I love about the Mattress Industry Network Group. Everybody's in here. From owners of manufacturers to store owners to RSAs that work the retail floor to sales reps to VPs of sales. If you want to network, if you want to get better at what you do, 100% for free, just join the Mattress Industry Network Group. I think we're over 2,200 strong, and let me know that you've joined, and I'd love to say hi to you inside the group. And without a further ado, Chris,
we made it, Pete.
In the world, you survived 200 episodes with me almost. So I'm going to shut up. And
no, you are not going to shut up. Not on your 200th episode, Pete. You cannot shut up. In fact, I would be willing to bet you cannot shut up, and that's okay. That's why people tune in for this. It's so that you don't shut up. And so. Speaking of not shutting up, you've already got a full chat, and this is amazing. I think a lot of people that are here to celebrate you and to celebrate this 200th episode, and well deserved. We saw that Tara is here. She says happy 200th to you. And speaking of Jacksonville betting, 200, let's go, baby! Congratulations to the man, myth, and legend himself. Can't wait to be here for the next 200. How about that? I'm guessing this is RJ, right?
That's RJ. Thank you, brother.
And then we've got Blake Austin, the master of Mattress AI. Congratulations, Pete. You're the best. All of these people have been guests throughout this 200th episode. I'm going to pop on a lot of these chats, but I will say this, and you can see this at the bottom of the screen here, scrolling along. There is a website. If you would like to come on the screen to wish Pete a congratulations for his 200th. I said 100th last week, which was not good on my part. It's 200, Chris. 199 plus 1 equals 200. If you want to get on the show, we made it easy for you. Just open up a browser and go to castahead.net/Pete. Now, for those of you who are listening, and it's not Black Friday week, you're listening to a podcast later in the future or watching this on replay in the future, that's going to be pulled down and you can't join. This is just for now, just for the next hour or so. We're going to keep this open for you. You'll pop in backstage. I'll be able to see you when you turn on your camera, and I'll pop you right onto the broadcast, and you'll be on the show. And just behave yourselves, right? This is just a party. Like, you don't show up at a party, Pete, and like not behave yourself, right? You know, is somebody going to show up with a lampshade on their head? Probably not.
I don't think so. I'm not worried about my people misbehaving. As a matter of fact, there's one thing before we get started.
Yeah.
It's Thanksgiving Day week. And boy, oh boy, do we have a lot to be thankful for.
Yeah.
A lot. And I would like to thank everybody for already making me feel special today. But thank you to all of the dealers, all of the manufacturers that supported Primeau Furniture Sales this year. We've had our best year ever in a down year. And, I've gotten to a place where I don't even care about money. It's not the money. It's your success. It's you being able to do things for your family that you weren't able to do before, for your change in lifestyle, for you being able to fly an airplane when you weren't flying an airplane when I first met you. So for all of those guys, thank you. Thank you, and have a very happy Thanksgiving. Chris, you have anything to be?
I love it. I love it. Attitude of gratitude. Yes. Big Blue Outdoors, which is Andrew Scully. Big Blue Outdoors says, I'm officially a fan of the Pete Primeau Show. And I don't know if you noticed Steve Carnes at the beginning of that new intro. He is a big Pete Primeau fan.
And I am a big Steve Carnes fan.
And then we've got Alex Dew. Congratulations on 200, Pete. Thanks for all you do. And I do have a surprise for you, Pete.
All right.
And for those of you who are in the chat, please continue to chat. If you want to join the show live, I see we've got some folks that are joining backstage. If you would turn on your cameras, that way we can make sure that you're who you say you are. Speaking of who you say you are, look at this. Scott Vaughn, the legend. 200, baby. You've been bringing the funk before the funk was cool. Love you, brother. And that's amazing that the one and the only Happy Z's himself, Scott Vaughn, is in the house ready
Thank you,
for this
Scott.
show.
Love you too, brother. I'll see you soon. See you in a few days.
Awesome. So here we go, Pete. A little bit of a surprise. And ladies and gentlemen, Pete had no idea that this was happening. This is what I do. This is what producers get to do. They get to surprise their host.
I normally have no idea of what's happening, so that's really not that far from what's going on an everyday basis.
But I promise you, those that are tuned in now, you will not regret it. And then, obviously, please continue to chat and bring your congratulations and your cheers for Pete while we do this. So, Pete, without further ado.
Hello, I'm Steve Carnes, and I am with Bedding Industries of America, and I am a Pete Primeau fan.
My name's Pete Moore, and I'm with Simplifying Entrepreneurship.
Hey, Jeff Chinakovo here, co-owner of Gardeners, Mattress & More, and co-founder of Mattress Retailer Toolkit.
Steve Hauk, Boise Mattress, Mattress Industry Network, now Midas.
Hey, Pete, Mike Weinberg, the new sales coach and one of your favorite sales authors.
Hi, I'm Karen Converse from Four Pillars Enterprises, and I'm an independent manufacturing rep.
Doug Krinsky with the Anti for Autism group.
Pete, congratulations on reaching 200 episodes on your podcast. What an amazing achievement. That is so awesome.
Sending a big word of congrats, Pete, on 200 episodes. That's an awesome accomplishment.
Pete, you're a freaking legend. 200 episodes. Incredible.
Wow, 200 shows, Pete. I feel so blessed that I've had the opportunity to be on your show 3 times to discuss the topics that I'm very passionate about.
200 episodes, 200 podcasts is a lot. And I really want to wish you congratulations on the 200 and wish you well going forward. And hopefully you can do another 200 or 300 or 500.
Hey, Pete, congratulations on 200 episodes, my friend. It's been a pleasure to watch you. It's been a pleasure to be part of your show. It's just truly a pleasure to call you friend. Don't mind the noise in the background. As you know, my life is chaos. But you help make it better every day, Petey. Love you, sir. Wishing you nothing but the best.
There are very few people in life that touch so many people in so many different ways. Pete is one of those spectacular people.
Your podcast, knowledge and depth to the mattress industry is amazing. You understand both retail and the industry's long history. You and your work continues to elevate all of us. Thank you so much for everything you do for the mattress industry.
It's the vulnerability that Pete has to lead this industry, put his heart on his sleeve, literally, and just lead this industry with a heart-led mission to serve others. After his amazing career, he's just decided it's time to give back, and that's great. And Pete's doing that with his show. He does that with his book. He does that with his Win the Weekend sessions that he has. And all of that stuff is with a servant's heart to this industry that's provided for his family that he loves and just gives back with that way. So just love that heart on his sleeve, vulnerable way that he brings himself into the show, which brings the guests into the show that he has. And those watching all get to learn.
You truly have a genuine interest in your guests and the topics being discussed. And seriously, from the moment we first started chatting, it was always evident that you were curious about my perspective. This not only made me feel very valued, but I believe it led to a more engaging and meaningful conversation.
When you ask me on and you invite me about my Anti for Autism poker tournament that I do every year, you have a personal connection to this cause. So you can relate to just about everything I'm talking about, what we're trying to accomplish, which is awareness of the autism issue, try and raise some funds to help these families, get them the support that they need. And what it's meant to us at Anti for Autism is just phenomenal. Getting the word out, creating awareness, raising money, donating that money, seeing the reaction by the families, the kids, hearing the stories about, hearing about my son can now read thanks to the support you've given, the organization you've given to, or, now he can, hug his mom or hug his dad or say, I love you. Those kinds of things, just resonate for guys like you and me that, we've both been pretty fortunate over the years. There's a lot of families that are not, and they need our help. They need our support. And what it's meant to us by being on the show is creating tremendous awareness. And quite frankly, we get the word out about what autism is all about.
I'm just so thrilled every time we get together and have a chat, and I feel very blessed to have recorded 3 of those with you. And it seems as though whenever we get together, we just connect. We connect culturally, we connect on how we like to help our clients through their frustrations and give them a better life as entrepreneurs. And I just think you're doing a fantastic job with the podcast.
Let me just say this. First of all, you are one of the most generous and authentic people around. And I think that's why you and your show are so attractive to people. It's why you're one of my favorite shows to go on. I think I've been a guest twice, maybe 3 times, but I think just 2 of the 200 was me. You've been so kind to me, so good, so generous. And I love that you tell the truth and you call it like it is. And with you, it's what you see is what you get.
And it all goes back to caring. Pete cares tremendously about each and every one of you, whether you're his coworkers, whether you're his customers, whether you're a retail sales associate. He really cares about your performance and how he can help you get to the highest level.
I think for those that don't know Pete, and for all of us that do, if we had to describe you, Pete, in one word, it would be genuine. You are such a genuine, great and good individual. I love our conversations. I love everything you do for the industry. Don't change. Keep doing what you're doing. You're amazing. And I know you're going to get 200 more episodes, my friend. Keep rocking.
My favorite memory of Pete Primeau is when we first met. I was interested in getting into the independent repping industry, and I had not only one but two people say, you need to talk to Pete Primeau. So one of my good friends gave me his cell phone number, and I reached out. Pete answered and listened to me and then said, well, Karen, I have about 15 minutes. Truthfully, almost 2 hours later, we ended our call. And that, at that day, at that moment, I became part of the Pete Primeau fan club.
Impact on me and my business. I mean, it's just hearing new ideas, hearing new things that we get to try and use in our business. And even though Ben and myself at Gardeners and my experience in marketing, it is what it is. It doesn't mean we can't learn. And I do get the opportunity to learn new things.
I also want to say on a personal note, getting a chance to know you this last year, Pete, has been amazing. You are such a genuine guy. I love every one of our conversations. I know when we're going to have a call, first thing I grab is a pen and paper because you drop so much knowledge and I want to take and steal all of it. It's amazing.
So I can't thank you enough. We've raised almost $1.5 million in the 16 years, which has been great. We've helped a lot of great groups. And hopefully we'll continue to do that in the future. So Pete, I really thank you. It is about mattresses, but really it's about, what we can do above and beyond mattresses and give back. So this is our way of giving back, and I appreciate you being a partner to it. Thank you, Pete.
Pete has transcended, from a little rep in Cleveland, Ohio, to a major force on the national scale. I love working with Pete Primeau. I am so glad that he I became part of his team, because honestly, that's the way it works.
Pete, you are just so genuine and real, and you take the time to listen, to respond. And I feel very blessed that I've had this opportunity to work with you and be around you. So thank you, Pete.
I don't know if I get to wear the crown of the most minutes logged talking with Pete Primeau on the phone, across webinars, across various calls and connections that we have. It's more than just buying things from Pete. There's friendship there, there's connection there, there's joint venture there, there's guidance there, and it goes both ways. And I'd like to think I get to wear the crown of the most minutes talked on the phone. There's times we have an hour-long plus conversation, and it's all great. And even if I don't get to wear that crown, I'm sure there's many others that could and probably do, because Pete's just that kind of guy. Pete, love you, brother. Love everything you're doing and have done and will continue to do for our industry. And just so cool to have 200 episodes done of your podcast show. And you inspired us to do our show at Lancaster Connects and even my own show for a little bit. And so you once again showed the path, carved the path in our industry, and just keep doing what you're doing, man. Love you for it. Love everything you do. And congrats on 200 shows.
But really, truly, I want to wish the best to you. We've been competitors for probably close to 40 years. You have a drive for success. It's proven itself out year after year. I'm pretty competitive myself, as I know you know, but that has never gotten in the way of us being friends and sharing, particularly for shared causes.
It's a time like this that makes me want to share a story about Pete. And that is several years ago, he and I were traveling. I think it was Columbus, and the weather was terrible, by the way. It was right before Christmas. I think it was about 25 degrees and snowing. The roads were slush. And I happened to look over at Pete's mileage gauge, and it said 2 miles before empty. So naturally, I'm starting to worry about, hey, am I going to be pushing this van if we run out of gas here? And I say, Pete, I think you better get to a gas station. Pete calmly says, nah, we're okay. I'm like, no, we're not, Pete. We got 2 miles till empty. He's like, nah, I know this van like the back of my hand. We'll be okay. And I Google map the next stop, and it was 5 miles away from where we were. And I'm like, Pete, I'm begging you. I don't want to have to push this thing. Not in this weather. Please go to a gas station. Nah, trust me, we'll be okay. So we make it to the next meeting, and by then it was reading 0. I mean, if this thing had the ability to do negative numbers, it really should have, but instead it was just showing a solid 0. And we get to the meeting, we do the meeting, we get back in the van, and all I could think about was, am I going to be pushing this van or not? Pete fires up the van, and I'm like, Pete, get to a gas station. He said, oh yeah, I guess we better do that now. And we made it to the gas station, and we were able to fill up, and everything was well. So that's my Pete story. It's a very perfect time to show it because I'm getting into a similar situation myself. And so I let you know, Pete, I'll never forget that day. I'm glad that you know your van like the back of your hand, because I was very, very beep scared.
Keep it up. Keep it rolling. Keep making a difference for everybody in the mattress industry. Congratulations on 200 episodes.
Pete, thank you. 200 episodes. What an accomplishment. I only made it in about 190 of them, so we're doing good. Thanks, and have a great one, Pete. Congratulations.
Congratulations, my friend. So excited for what you've accomplished and the impact you've made in our community.
My favorite story of Pete would be all of the podcasts that we've done together. Pete's always my favorite host. He rocks the mic. He's too legit to quit. He is the hippo. Love you, Pete. Again, you're just an awesome friend. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much. I congratulate you with all of your success. And here's to 200 more episodes.
Pete, love you, man. Love you like a brother. You're my brother from another industry, or from another place. My brother from the furniture industry. And love everything you're doing. Congrats on 200 shows.
Congratulations, Pete. I look forward to talking with you on our next show together.
So, Pete, I wish you continued success. I congratulate you, and I wish you nothing but the best. All the best, my friend. Thank you.
Here we are in High Point, North Carolina. All of us, we're working. Pete, you're in Cleveland right now, recuperating. But we all wanted to get together and congratulate you on your 200th episode of the Pete Primeau Show.
Congrats, Pete. Congratulations, Pete.
Congrats,
Keep
Pete.
going. We'll get the 400.
Yeah, we want 400 next. All right.
All right, Pete.
Trying to make me cry, Chris?
Well, I think we talked about that earlier. That's not too difficult. But some amazing words from some other legends in the industry, and some stories. You know, Chris Dehenny's story. Just so you know, I gave everybody homework, right? I don't think Chris read the assignment, but that's fine because that was awesome, right? That he just saw the reading on his miles to go, and then that sparked that story. So it was really really cool to be able to put that together and hear those stories from those folks. So Pete, we've got somebody backstage, so we're going to pop this person on. Any comments? Before we get our guest,
Chris.
Yeah,
I know that if I tried to put something like this together, It would probably take me north of 200 hours. So thank you for an extraordinary effort. Week in and week out, you constantly impress me with how much you care about the show. But this was over the top, my friend. Thank you.
Was an honor. Was an honor. And speaking of honor, let's. Our guest has been waiting for a while, so let's get him on the stage. I think you recognize this guy.
Hey, Scott, how are you, brother?
Precious Pete Primeau. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm ready to bring the funk on Thursday.
I don't know about you. I did see you actually cry, and I wept through that whole thing watching it, and you deserve every bit of that and more. And I thought I should take some notes from all these words that kept getting repeated, like genuine and giving and learning and friendship and your drive. And of course, sell a million. I don't know if anybody said that, but I thought that's Pete when he signs out, when he talks to you or whatever, it's sell a million. But I wanted to congratulate you, Pete, of course, on 200 episodes. How much you inspire me. Can't put into words. I'm going to start crying. So just, you know how I am. And I just really appreciate all that you do for me personally, for our industry, of course, for all the retailers out there that owe a debt of gratitude to you. And I don't know if you remember, but our last master class, of course, you're there. You got to be there. The youngest guy in the room, we asked about what's your why. The youngest guy in the room was Blake Iyer. And he said, build a legacy. And I immediately thought of you. Because you have done that, and you haven't stopped. You go to every event you can possibly go to learn with pen and paper in hand, and you just want to learn so you can share that with the rest of us. And one of the words I wanted to use for sure is you minister to me how to build a legacy. And that's a goal of mine. And one of the things you inspire me to do is the Monday Morning Mattress Minutes. You inspired me to do this coaching thing. You inspired me to do master classes. That was from you. That really wasn't.
Do you remember the phone call that you made to me about Monday Mattress Minutes? Do you remember that phone call?
Yeah.
Do you remember what I said?
I don't remember exactly, but go ahead.
Of course you should do it. It would be a tragedy if you didn't do it.
Yeah.
And, I don't believe that when we have a desire and that idea keeps coming back to us again and again and again, I don't think that's us. I do think it's God.
Yeah.
And I do think it's his calling. You look at your journey, Scott, in the last 19 going on 20 years now, and you look at almost going out of business to being pound for pound the best mattress retailer in America. Your success is not just an accident. It's not you just had good locations. It's not you just lucked out. Your success is manifested because you truly care about people. And that's what makes you special. And I'm like, what the heck is Scott Vaughn doing here? I know your schedule, dude. And I'm like, he's taking time out of his schedule to thank me, which is who you are. And so thank you for everything you do. And my friend, you are building a legacy that is going to be absolutely incredible for those who listen and implement what you're teaching. So thank you for everything you're doing. When's
Yeah,
your next
Pete.
master class?
We're working on a schedule. Saw Bidwell yesterday at church, and he's like, "We've got to get these dates scheduled." So um, we got some things in the book. So we're looking at San Antonio, Cincinnati, Nashville, Paducah for this upcoming year. So those are the locations. The dates exactly we don't have yet, but
I
we're
was
working on it. But
I was recently in San Antonio, and I will tell you, I would love to go back to San Antonio. And of course, Cincinnati, that's just a layup shot for me. So that's just pure selfishness. But there is some cool things. Definitely, if no one's ever had Cincinnati chili, they're going to have it. It's not that great, but some people love it.
But I wanted to thank you for all you've done. If I build half the legacy you have, that'd be amazing. But congratulations. 200 episodes is a lot. Most podcasts, as you know, don't make it through 10. So 200 is amazing. And all the guests you have are impactful on our industry. Um, they help us all grow. And that's why you do it. I know why you do it. I know why you drive all the way to Paducah, Kentucky. You left last year on Thanksgiving Day to drive to Paducah to be at my store um, for Black Friday, and I couldn't thank you enough for that. And then you're doing it again this year, so I really appreciate that. We can't wait to see you, Pete. I hope we're busy. Hope it's worth your trip.
I hope we're busy too. Thank you,
Well, you got
Scott.
to witness our best day ever by a lot, so it was an amazing day to say the least.
Yeah, if Miss Wanda wouldn't kill us both, I would say the number, but I'm not going to say the number, but it's a big number. Let your imaginations run wild.
Yeah, it's a number I never thought we would ever hit, ever.
It's a number I never thought I'd see myself and be a very small part of it. But
Yeah.
I got to tell you, Scott, what you've created there is so special. It's not just the numbers, the higher average unit selling price, the margin, the volume, the problems that you solve for even the customers, which is huge. But to me, you are transforming how we hire, how we train, how our expectations, and things that you have done to create a special culture. You are transforming the lives of your salespeople. They are able to afford homes that they would never be able to afford without you. They are becoming more than they probably ever thought they would become because you've pretty much demanded it of them. And that to me is even, solving people's back problems and breathing problems and all that. That's huge. It's huge. It's huge. It's important. But changing someone's life that came to work for you, that they have become more than they ever thought they could be, to me, that transforms not our industry, just our industry, but it transforms our society. So thank you, Scott.
Thanks, Pete. I really appreciate that. And I love those kids.
You do.
They're amazing and they inspire me too. So it's not,
I love them too. There's no place I'd
we-
rather be other than my home than that store. As a matter of fact, I've told the story a handful of times. After the master class, I had to get back on the road because I had two cats that were by themselves because Jenny and Christiana were in California, and I really had to get home. And I had such a hard time leaving your store. And anyway, the cats were okay. Everybody was okay. And I love your store so much that I have a very hard time leaving it. It is such a great feeling in a store. And here's a tidbit for you store owners that are listening in. How do people feel in your store tells you everything we need to know about your store. It's a feeling. There's either a good feeling or a not so good feeling. Make sure that the way you treat people, the way you treat your staff, the way you treat your customers, that there's this good feeling in that store. Because I'm telling you, if you are within 7 or 8 states of Paducah, Kentucky, go to Scott's store and tell me I'm wrong when I say it is the best feeling in any store I've ever been in. And I've been in thousands of stores.
Thank you so much. That's quite a compliment.
Well, I was just trying to give a lesson to people for those who will listen.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Pete. I don't want to hog your show. I know you got plenty more to do there, Chris. So
Thank you. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate you. Love you. See you on
love you too.
thanks. See you on Black Friday.
Can't wait.
Take care.
Thanks,
buddy.
Scott. You're awesome.
Thank you.
All right. How about that? How about that?
That was pretty amazing. Quite a surprise. Well, I know Scott's schedule. I like this guy barely has time to breathe anymore.
Well, he made it a point that he wanted to join and be able to do that. So
that's awesome.
It's really cool to be able to see you guys, sort of appreciate each other and the way you guys share information is just it's over the top. So a lot of these comments coming in, Pete, I wanted to highlight them. Some of them maybe you've seen, some of them you had the Kleenex out for them, but I wanted to be sure that you got to see some of these. Of course, the man, the myth, the legend. Talk about somebody. He was so busy that he's got kids screaming in the back, yet he still took the time to do the video. Why? Okay. By the way, why does Steve Houck call you? Should I be asking you this? He calls you the hippo. Did I get that right?
So that's partially right. So in one of my earliest videos, if you go on YouTube and you put in Pete Primeau mentor, it'll pull up a story about how I followed my mentor in furniture, Angel Gutierrez, around the store. There was a video, and he used to call me affectionately his baby hippo, and so that's where that comes from.
Got it.
He just kind of did the shortcut. So thank you, Steve, and I love you too, brother.
And we've got Joe Clay in the house. Beyond all of his knowledge and talents, Pete is just simply a great human being. Much loved.
Well, Joe, thank you very much. I am sorry to see you leave, even if it's just temporary. But thank you for being on this show. And thank you for being my roommate in Nashville. You know, we sang, we praised the Lord, we prayed together, and it was wonderful. So thank you, Joe. Appreciate you more than you know.
And I think we know this guy, Jim Fuse from Fusion Marketing, who, by the way, little inside baseball production for all you folks. Jim and I do a podcast, and we also are remote producers. And whenever I cannot do the show, Jim Fuse steps in. So Jim Fuse says, "Happy 200, Pete. Keep up the great work."
Thanks, Jim, and we couldn't have gotten through some of those without you. So thank you very much for all you do.
I don't let Jim do it too much because you'll see who's better than me. That's how that works, Pete. Jeff Gordon, the race car driver? Maybe not. Congratulations, Pete. You are a great ambassador for our industry.
Thanks, Jeff. And I loved our lunch and our lunch when I was in San Antonio, and looking forward to working with you more, my friend. Take care. Thank you.
Nancy Moore Shellhammer, congratulations, Pete. I still remember you from JVS.
Thank you, Nancy. It's been a lot of years. Nancy might still be a salesperson at John V. Schultz in Erie, Pennsylvania. So thank you very much, Nancy. I miss those days, but I'm enjoying every minute of these days as well. So thank you very much for being here.
Ray Crane, congratulations, Pete.
Hey, Ray, how are you? I hope you're enjoying retirement. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. And I miss you.
Awesome. This is a great comment here from Tyler Rich. Pete, thank you for everything, brother. You've made a huge difference in my journey as a mattress store owner. I can't thank you enough.
Trying to make me cry, Tyler. Thank you, brother. You've made me a better rep and a better human being just knowing you. So thanks for all you do, Tyler. Appreciate you.
Ben McClure, Gardeners Mattress and More. Congratulations, Pete Primeau. Thanks for all you do for gardeners and all your clients.
Ben, thank you for taking the time out of an already too busy schedule. And thank you for all that you and your company does to help me and my family. So thank you.
Serenity Sleep Solutions. We've seen this comment. We've seen comments from Serenity Sleep before as well. Congratulations, Pete. Thank you for all you do for all.
Thank you, Marnie. Appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in today.
We hadn't heard from Brandon Bain in a minute, but Brandon Bain over on LinkedIn says, congratulations on 200, Pete. Blessed to have co-hosted with you.
Thank you, Brandon. Always great to see you. And I look forward to seeing you in Vegas. I'm sure our paths will cross at some point. And thank you for being on the show. And thank you for letting some of your people be on my show as well. So I appreciate you more than you know.
We've got lots of comments coming in. So Nancy says she's retired now.
Hey, congratulations, Nancy. I can't say that I'm gonna be joining you anytime soon. I am literally having the time of my life, and I can't imagine doing anything else. But congratulations on your retirement.
So we're getting a lot of comments, and you saw in the video, Karen Converse kind of was talking about how she met you and how you gave of your time. And so here's a comment here from Robert Mitzel. Congratulations, Pete. Thank you. Thanks for your help over the years, especially when you had absolute zero reason to talk to a guy that wasn't anywhere near your market and was just starting out fresh. You're beyond appreciated.
Thanks, Rob. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. And thank you very much for being here. And I've loved watching your growth. I loved watching you become an expert in our industry. And I love the fact that you remain a student. I think if there's one thing that I wanted to get across to everybody in my 43 years that I've been doing this is to never stop learning and to always be a student. And you are that guy, Rob. And you are beyond your years wise because you drink deeply from the fountain of other experts, and you have a hunger and a thirst for knowledge that is admirable. So thank you, Rob.
I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this. If folks want to join the show live, they are welcome to come, like you saw with Scott Vaughn coming on. All you got to do is go to castahead.net/Pete. If you go to castahead.net/Pete, it'll pop you backstage, and I'll be able to see you backstage, and then turn on your camera, and we'll bring you on screen, and you could wish Pete congratulations live, and that is absolutely open for anyone for the next 16 minutes or so. We're going to pour through these comments. We have questions, so we can just go into Ask Pete mode.
Sure.
And ask some of these questions. At some point, if we don't have people that want to, if you're too chicken to come on and wish congratulations to a legend, well, you could sit back and just make a comment in the chat wherever it's LinkedIn, YouTube, or Facebook. We won't bust your chops too much. I kid. Comments. Speaking of, we can't go anywhere else without putting this gentleman on the screen. Randy Thompson. This is your day, Pete. Happy 200th. We have had a great run over the past 40 years, Randy.
We sure have, Randy. Thank you for being here. And Listen, I'm really looking forward to some of the changes that you've made and you continue to make. I was so glad to see that you went to Scott's masterclass a second time and brought your entire staff the last time, and that you are making some really, really important changes to your business. And I'm so excited to see what you're doing, Randy. So thank you for taking the time to be here. I appreciate you.
We've got someone asking where the link is. And so just go to your browser on your computer or on your phone and just type in castahead.net/Pete. So just go to your browser on your phone or, open up a browser on your computer and just type in castahead.net/Pete, and that'll pop you right into the backstage. I'll be able to see you. Turn on your camera and your microphone on your phone or your computer, and we'll interrupt whatever we're doing for you to come in and wish Pete congratulations. So it's castahead.net/Pete. All right, I think we're at a point. Oh, we have another. This is Nicole from from Happy Z's. Congrats, Pete. We love you, Nicole.
I love you too, superstar. I can't wait to see you on Friday. So keep doing what you're doing. You inspire me. You remind me of myself when I was your age. I just want you to do two things. Take a deep breath and enjoy the ride, my friend, because I know the whirlwind you're putting yourself in, and you're going to find out later when you get a little older that you could have made it just a little bit easier on yourself and gotten pretty close to the same results. So try to smell the roses, my friend, and thank you very much. It means a lot to me that you came on the show, and I know how busy you are.
Well, maybe not too busy, Pete, because we do have somebody here backstage, and we'll go ahead and pop more than one person on the stage. Here we go.
Hey, Pete, congrats on your 200th show.
Thanks, superstar. How are you?
Good, good. We just wanted to say we appreciate you. Thank you. We're great.
I think I heard what you said. Thank you so much, guys. So are we ready to break the record on Friday?
Oh, yeah.
Is it going to be the greatest day ever
I don't know why it's like that.
in the history of the world to sell a
That's
mattress
right. Absolutely.
that day?
Today is.
Today is. That's right. When we get to Friday will be that day.
That's right.
So awesome, guys.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Love you, Precious Pete.
Love you
Pete.
guys. Look, can't wait to see you guys.
Awesome. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Take care. See ya.
All right, I think there was a bit of a delay or something, but we got him in. So awesome. So if you want to join the show and wish Pete a congratulations, like the folks at Happy Z's have done, you are welcome to join the show at castahead.net/Pete. That'll bring you backstage. It works because we've had a few guests already. So feel free to join the show. All right, Pete, let me just make sure we don't have any more comments that we need to go through that you hadn't seen yet. Well, of course, you know this guy, Jeff, who was already a big part of it with the video. Jeff Janakovo, obviously from Gardner's and Mattress Retailer Toolkit, says congrats on 200 as well. This is an interesting comment. So Stephen Ferguson says, I like how he says, he doesn't say more, he says Mo, just like Primeau, and he says, we need Mo Pete in our life. That is awesome. You got it. Pete, that's a t-shirt. That's got to be T-shirt. You got to use that. You got to. Maybe you need to stroke Steven a check to copyright that. But I think you need Mo Pete in your life with the Pete Primeau Show. I think this might be a T-shirt time. What do you say?
Ferg, thank you. Appreciate you. I actually, I figured it out on the third time through. I'm like, what is he trying to say? And I go, that kind of looks like my last name, but Mo is like slang for more. And, I had to go through all that translation to get there, Ferg. Maybe somebody younger would have got it quicker, but thank you. And thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you.
And Patrick Tinney, who you may have seen in the new intro video, because he's been on the show probably, I think, 3 times, maybe. I think he's been on 3 times. He's wishing you a 200. And speaking of who we just talked about, we have a guest that's joining our show. So we're going to... I'm going to jump backstage and pop this gentleman on. I think you know who this is.
Hey, Jeff. No audio, buddy.
You're muted, Jeff.
Try again. No.
Yeah, it's you're unmuted in StreamYard. It may just be your microphone locally.
Nope.
See, Jeff, it's been so long since we've done our podcast. We don't have to hook up our microphone. Still not hearing you.
Still no.
All right. So as Jeff's squaring that away, this is if you didn't know already that it was live. Now you know. But this is what we do, and Jeff knows how to do this very well.
We go.
Oh, here we go.
You're in now.
Dr. Janakovo in the house. Welcome.
You proved that this was a live show.
Not a pre-record. Pete, congrats on 200, man. And Chris,
thanks,
fantastic as always. Thanks for putting it all together and helping our dear friend Pete out. Your skills are second to none. Absolutely second to none. Just wanted to pop on and say, and Pete, you lead from the front. Consistency, action, commitment, loyalty, all of it. You're just a rock star, and people should really learn from you and see that example. You stick through your factories through thick and thin, your customers through thick and thin, always doing the right thing. You've offered to drive out to our store for one meeting and then go back home because you got something that night or the next day. And I won't let you do it. I've told you that, but you're that guy, and I just appreciate the heck out of you. So congrats on 200. Anybody that's not doing business with Pete, I don't possibly understand why you won't find a more loyal rep, a more rep that's in your corner. And for the factory folks, you got Pete in your corner or you got him against you. It's your choice. Very simple. Yeah, it's Doug Krinsky's comment. We can be friends, but we can be competitors. And Pete will be a competitor. So you may as well have him on your team. Pete, love you, man. Thanks for everything you do.
Love you. Thanks for everything you've done. And, it's rare that somebody younger than you becomes a mentor to you, but that's exactly what's happened in our relationship. And it was kind of funny. The first time I met you down at a marketing conference down in Florida. And I looked in your eyes and I saw me staring back at me. I go, oh my gosh, there's a lot going on here.
What happened here?
And then I wanted to talk to you, and it was after the whole thing closed down and you had a pad of paper. You were sitting down at a table outside and you were writing so fast. I'm like, holy smokes, that is exactly like what I do. And I'm like, I want to talk to this dude and get to know him more. And I'm like, do not approach. Do not that he is creating something right now. And what he's, I didn't know exactly what you were creating, but I knew you were creating because I know when I go in that mode, what it's like. Yeah. And you had smoke coming off the top of your head, and then we hooked up a few weeks later, and I came out and met you, and the rest has been history. So thank you, brother.
It's been
Thanks
a good history too, and we got a big future ahead. So love you, brother. Just wanted to pop on and say hi, and
love you.
Congrats on number 200.
Thank you.
You're
Take
welcome.
care. Thanks. And then there was one.
Congratulations, Mr. Primeau, my Papa Hippo. You cannot be a baby hippo anymore.
No, this hippo's probably lasted longer than he thought he would.
Well, I don't know what the lifespan of a hippo is, but you've had more lives than a cat. And
that is true.
I mean, you're a phenomenal human being, Pete, and we love you. We appreciate you from Monday to Friday. Everything you do for our industry, we definitely are in your debt, sir. So thank you. Congratulations. Thank you, Chris. And you're both phenomenal people. So.
Well, thank you, Steve. You are phenomenal as well. And I loved you doing the video with 8 kids climbing all over you.
That was awesome.
It was very, I have to give Chris the credit because he threw me in there. I messaged him. I said, hey, is it too late? Because I was watching your show last week and I was like, oh, it's $199. I remembered getting an email, but once I get an email, I get 1,000 on top of it. So I searched and then I sent Chris a message and he made it happen. So thanks for that, Chris.
You're welcome. It's sort of like, you bake a cake, you've got it all ready for the week ahead, and all of a sudden you're like, did you put cinnamon in the cake? And you're like, no. You're just gonna have to bake a new cake. So that's what I did. Is I baked a new cake because I knew Steve Houck was important to Pete Primeau, and so that was awesome. And by the way, a hippo's lifespan is 40 to 50 years. So now you know. This is the kind of intel you get on the Pete Primeau Show.
Well, Pete is definitely the grandpa hippo in the industry that everybody looks up to for wisdom. And I mean, as I think you were reading Robert's comment earlier, I was just listening. Pete doesn't always have skin in the game, but he's always willing to help. So.
Well, thanks, Steve. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you jumping on this call, brother. You're special. I love what you do.
I was at the drive-through with my wife.
My hero.
Getting a coffee.
There's a place in heaven. Mrs. Houck. There's a place in heaven for you. I bring her to market. I would like to talk to her.
I try, but we just end up with more babies.
I'm leaving that one alone. This is a PG show. Appreciate you, Steve, more than you know, and keep rocking it, brother.
All right. Love you, Pete. Have a good day. Thanks,
love you
Chris.
Too. Take care, buddy.
Thank you, Steve. All right. See, Pete, I knew we wouldn't get into any questions. I knew once we got rolling and they said I can like hang out with Pete Primeau. I knew we wouldn't get into any questions, and that's okay. That is okay. For those questions that came in for Ask Pete,
we will get to them soon.
Yeah, absolutely. We're nearing the end here, where you normally tell everybody to go forth and sell 1 million. Pete.
Yep.
What else is there to say?
Nothing. You're the one getting choked up, not me. I snuck in a few tears there.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. And I think it's rewarding to see that. I
want to know how you got Weinberg. I can't get a hold of the guy. How did you get a hold of Weinberg?
Listen, man, I can't tell you my secrets. If I told you my secrets, I don't gatekeep. I I just put it out there. I put it out there to a lot of folks, and not everybody's able to do it. Not as every, a lot of people are busy, or like Steve, might have missed, other people have missed the email and forgot, and yeah, that's okay. I think you know that there's a lot that goes into to this thing, and look at this. Go forth and sell 2 million from Randy.
Thank you, Randy.
I think
too,
you need
brother.
a new
Now,
a
you
new
go
book.
forth and you sell like 5 million. How's that?
All right, Pete. I'll let you close us out. We're at the top of the hour. Thank you. It's been an honor.
Yeah, you're running a little late, Chris Stone. First of all,
Worth it.
anybody that's thinking about doing a podcast, don't do it the way I did my first 35 episodes. It is a nightmare. It is unnecessary. You can do it the way I do it. You pay Chris Stone, you show up 1 hour a week, and you let him take care of everything for you. So anybody that's thinking about doing a podcast, just hire Chris Stone and his fabulous Cast Ahead team, and you will be in good hands. Chris, thank you.
Thank you, Pete.
You did make me cry. But I am very happy that it wasn't worse than it was, because it could have just been me crying the whole time. That would have been horrible. So everybody, go forth and sell 1 million. And if that's too hard, to skip over the 1 million and go straight to 2 million. Happy Thanksgiving. We are thankful for you, and happy Black Friday. And just have fun, guys. Have fun this week. And I'm going to tell you something. If you have fun, people want to be part of that energy, and the selling takes care of itself. So go forth and sell 1 million. Thank you.